for the month of March at Leo Payne's Pride. I'm super, super excited to interview Keaton Droney and get to know you a little bit more. So thank you,
Glad to be here.
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And it's kind of a cold day today. I was surprised.
It got very chilly today. Yesterday we were out walking in shorts and t-shirts, and woke up this morning and here we are in jackets and pants again.
I know. We did. Tanya and I didn't look at the weather, and so that's why I'm wearing sandals.
Yep.
But it's March, so I'm just gonna
stepped off the plane and went, ooh,
yeah,
a little chilly out.
Yeah,
Right?
We just feel like it's going to be spring, so that's what we're doing. We're super excited for spring. Anyway, Keaton, again, thank you for agreeing to this. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what your current position is, and then what you do before that?
My current position, I am currently the shop foreman.
Okay.
Been doing that for a couple of months now. Kind of on and off a little bit before that, just trying to kind of keep the shop kind of together, trying to keep everybody in their groove.
Right.
Before that, I was a technician for Honda for about 10 years.
Okay, that's awesome. Good for you. Now, I know that the technicians have to earn a certain levels, and tell us a little bit about that from a technician perspective, because I think that's so interesting.
It really is. As you kind of progress from our express service, you kind of start getting Honda tests,
right?
Which is always fun. It's always a shocker as you kind of go up, because the number does go up.
Right.
You're usually in your 30s or 40s in express. They kind of teach you all the basics. And then you take that scary jump to about 270 tests.
It's crazy.
It really is. They give you the breakdown of pretty much every component on the vehicle. They want you to be pretty much just up to par with everything that you're going to run into. And it's just as you progress, especially as a technician, the more you learn, the more you do it, it just becomes more second nature.
Right.
You kind of start to learn how things are going to be, and it's definitely a fun job.
Right, for sure. Now, what are the levels? Isn't there like certain levels?
Yep. You're going to start at an express technician. From there, you'll move up to just usually in an apprenticeship. You'll go up to work with one of our line technicians. From your apprenticeship, you'll move up to a line technician. You'll usually spend about a year or two kind of, floating in between those as your apprenticeship goes, just depending on how well you pick it up.
Right.
From there, you'll go to a full line technician. From there, you'll even go even higher, and you'll start going into the master technician programs and all the fun master tech things that you get to do. A lot of trips to Chicago.
Exactly.
It's pretty fun.
Now, how many master technicians do we have in St. Louis?
Currently, at our dealership, we have 2.
Okay, that's great.
Which is pretty nice. Around the area, the standard seems to be about 3 or 4.
Right.
So we're actually not too far behind.
Right.
A lot of the guys in some of the other shops are getting a lot older, and they're starting to kind of age out a little bit. A lot of the newer guys are kind of starting to come up, which is always nice to see.
Yeah, that's great.
But as far as it goes, we're definitely kicking it really good.
Yeah. Well, and to be a master technician, there's not that many of them.
No, it's definitely
it's an elite. It's for sure. You've earned it.
Yeah, you definitely work for it. You see a lot of things in master tech training that you're going to see in real life, and it's definitely something that you gotta prepare for.
I don't think everybody realizes how difficult it is to achieve that title, though. I mean, it's not easy.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of studying.
It's a lot of studying.
People don't think, oh, you're a mechanic, you don't study. And I tell people, it's amazing how many hours I spend just on the internet at night learning about new products, learning about how new things work, just going over some of the old stuff that you tend to forget that you haven't looked at in 10 years or so. And
think how much,
it's amazing.
The cars have changed so much from 10 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
What you were working on then compared to now, with all the computer chips and everything.
Oh, yeah. Nowadays, if you don't have a computer to work on your car, that's your main tool these days is a computer.
I don't think everybody realizes that.
No. A lot of people think, I can just go down to Lowe's and buy some tools and fix it myself. And I tell them, you might. But
you might be coming back.
But there's also a good possibility we're going to see you on a tow truck because unfortunately you got to program it after you replace it now. And it's all fun.
It's just a lot more challenging than anybody realizes.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It seems like there's more computer chips in the car than there are car parts anymore.
I know. I couldn't believe it when people were telling me that. Anyway, it's so true, and I think it's wonderful that you've been doing this for 10 years.
Yep. Just for Honda. Before that, I was actually living in California.
Okay.
And I was managing a tire shop.
Okay.
And just kind of dabbling in and out with the mechanics. I've always done it since I was a kid, just kind of as a hobby. But definitely when I moved back to Missouri, I decided, you know what? I need to find me something that I can stick with and that I can do long term that I enjoy.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's a win-win, right?
Yep.
find a great job that you enjoy.
Yep. What does they say? If you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. So
Very true, very true. So we were just talking about February can be a tough month, and you guys are getting geared up for spring, and then summer is going to be just packed.
Oh yeah, I'm hoping so.
I think it will be. I know
I think so. A lot of the customers are very excited, especially about a lot of the new changes, and we've been getting a lot of really good reviews and just hearing a lot of really positive things,
I'm
and
so
it's
proud
always
of you
nice
guys.
to hear.
Yeah, it is nice. So, send your reviews in. Send your reviews in.
Yep, Google.
Yeah, if you like your advisor and your tech, and let's do it. Now, I know we started doing the videos of the cars. How's that going over?
Going pretty good. It definitely helps a lot for customers to be able to physically see with the issues with their car. Definitely helps build trust between the advisors and the customers and the technicians. I personally love it.
Yeah, I do too.
It definitely seems like you don't have to work on as many cars when you have a video recommendation. A lot of customers tend to say, hey, wow, that oil leak is really bad. You know what? Maybe I should go ahead and get that fixed.
Or that pad is bald, or whatever it is.
Yeah, they go, yeah, you're right. That tire is on its last hope and prayer. We should probably get that fixed.
I know. I have always learned so much from those videos. We play them, and they'll be like, oh, I didn't know we need to change your windshield wipers and this and that. You just don't know all these things.
Oh, yeah, and we've got some characters down there that definitely make some of those videos really fun.
Oh, I love that. I love it, because sometimes you get really into it, which is fun. And customers love it.
Oh, yeah, I really like it. I like to walk by and see an employee that's really enjoying doing their videos, because it tells me, hey, they're really enjoying what they're doing. They're not dreading it. They're actually kind of getting into the groove and moving, and it just definitely, everything moves better when everybody's excited about it.
Yeah, it brings out fun personalities.
It does.
When you start videoing. That's awesome. Well, why don't you share a little bit about what you do on your off time? I mean, you work a lot of hours.
Yep.
What do you do away from here?
My off hours, I have 2 children, a 3 and a 9-year-old, and they are full boys. They want to be outside. They want to be riding go-karts or fishing.
Oh, I love it.
So pretty much 90% of my free time is pretty much family-based. We do a whole lot of camping.
Okay.
Most weekends, that's usually where people will find us. We're probably in Illinois camping or fishing or something like that. We do, me and my dad do a lot of marksman shooting.
Okay.
We do a lot of long distance precision shots.
Okay.
We have a couple of rifles that we've built kind of through the years. We like to shoot over like 500 yards.
Okay.
Just in case we ever decide we want to go to like Alaska and shoot a moose or something crazy, Sure. But it's more of just kind of the fun of just being able, the precision and the accuracy, and it's just one of those things that, you can kind of take into everyday life, just being able, especially with all the safety aspects and everything, but just being able to, just to be able to calm yourself and to just breathe and to just take the situation in the moment in, and to just not overreact and to just let it be smooth. And that's just one of those things that I try to take into everything I do. I try not to panic, try not to have any, crazy meltdowns or anything like that, because unfortunately a lot of people in our shop feed off of everyone's energy.
Well, that's life too, yeah.
So, it's just kind of one of those fun things.
That's good feedback. To bring into your life. Well, I'm not a great gun shooter, but my son Jamie has some guns. He took me shooting for the first time, probably a couple years ago, and I was shooting like this, and I shot it. Well, it about knocked me over. He didn't tell me to brace myself. I don't know what it was. We were at a shooting range, but I was like, oh my gosh, that's huge. How do you hold that?
He said, well, I said, well, okay, I'm good for the day then,
I think he just probably laughed, but I was like, you didn't tell me he's going to have such a kick on it.
Oh, yeah, my wife did something similar the first time we took her. Unluckily for her, she'd let go of the gun. So she shot the gun here, and then it was just gone. And the guy at the range wasn't didn't think it was funny as we did.
No, exactly.
But
how do you brace it? Do you just have to have the impact of it, or how does it work?
There's a positioning kind of that you take one foot slightly in front of the other. You kind of have to cup it kind of right in between your shoulder blade and your chest, and
I didn't know
it never really feels comfortable. But it's definitely an acquired trait.
And I think I was left-hand dominant, which is surprising because I'm right-handed, and so I had it here too. The whole thing was just kind of awkward.
Oh yeah, and that's trying to shoot left-handed. I've tried before. It's not easy.
No, it was a comical experience. But I think it's fun to go to a shooting range. We have a lot of friends that do that.
Oh yeah, it's always fun because it's always just a little quick jig jog from home. You can just kind of of run in there.
Yeah.
Just, let me put up a fun, goofy little target and just have a little bit of fun and then back home.
Exactly. And it's great that you do that with your dad.
And my children.
And your children, yeah.
They're crazy for it, too.
Are they really?
The state of Missouri is very crazy for it, too. They only had to be 3 years old to go to a shooting range in Missouri.
No, really?
So they're definitely, and they very much support it.
Yeah.
I took my 3-year-old with a BB gun.
Yeah.
Just so he could kind of get used to it and have some fun. And I mean, everybody in the windows, everybody at the range is cheering him on. It was a really funny experience because at first I didn't. I was like, well, maybe we'll see what they do. I mean, it says you only have to be 3, and
that's shocking.
It really is.
To be 3. Wow.
And I was like, wow, 3 years old to shoot a gun. I said, we'll get him a BB gun.
Yeah,
That sounds a little bit safer.
Exactly. I love it. Now, is it a pistol BB gun or is it like a rifle?
Oh no, we got him the Red Ryder from the Christmas Story, the little BB gun. Oh yeah, he loves it. He thinks it's just the greatest.
I love it. So 2 boys, that keeps you busy.
Oh yeah.
Now, is spring break coming up, or are you guys out now?
They are on spring break right now.
Oh, nice.
Luckily for them. My wife is a teacher.
Okay, perfect.
And she teaches at their school. So luckily they're all just home together right now.
That's a win-win.
Yep, them and the dog just waiting at home.
Oh, I love that. What kind of dog do you have?
We have a little 1-year-old pit bull named Lola.
Okay. Oh, you have to show us a picture.
Yep, we rescued her when we were on vacation in California.
Really? How'd you find her?
She was behind a McDonald's eating trash.
How old was she?
The vet said she was 5 weeks.
5 weeks?
So we found her, took her to a vet,
Oh my God.
and then we just decided, you know what? We don't have any dogs at home right now.
5 weeks.
We're taking her with
Tiny.
us. So,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she was a.
Because isn't it usually 8 weeks when they leave their mom?
Yep.
I wonder what happened to the mom.
I have no idea, but yeah, we found her behind a McDonald's. It was the weird in Lindsay, California. We were gonna name her Lindsay.
Oh, that's cute.
But my wife said we can't name her that.
That's kind of cute. What'd you name her again?
We named her Lola.
Lola.
Yep, she's a goofball. She's at doggy daycare today.
Oh, okay. So everyone's gonna say the classic pit bull.
Oh yeah.
Right? Is she 100%?
She is. She is
give
a
us a plug
brown-nosed pit bull. So she's kind of a smaller, skinny one.
Okay.
But definitely one of those things. A lot of people think they're scary
I know.
dogs.
That's what I said. Give us a good plug for pit bulls.
Which is funny because she's scared of the baby gate that we used to separate the rooms. She doesn't like the color pink.
Really?
For some reason, if you wear a pink shirt, she'll go into the other room and hide.
How interesting.
Yeah, we take her to doggy daycare. She doesn't bark or bite. She loves to play and run.
Okay,
She's the
there you go.
goofiest dog you'd ever meet.
There you go. Isn't that interesting?
It really is.
How a society can take a breed
Yep.
and turn it into a really horrific,
Yep.
fighting dog, when in fact you have the exact opposite.
Yep, yeah, when I look at her and I go, man, a bunny jumped out of the yard the other day and you came yelping in like it was nobody's business. Yep, it's pretty sad. She's a goofball.
It is sad. It is sad that breed is so.
It really is.
No.
We thought she was some sort of retriever mix when we found her.
Really?
So it was kind of interesting as she started to grow and we're looking at her going, pretty sure she's a pit bull.
Yeah.
Like that was pretty fun. But
How old is she now?
now she is just about 10 months.
Okay, so brand new still.
Oh yeah, she's still just a puppy.
Oh, you got to show us a picture.
Yeah, she is a goofball. They love her at the daycare. They love to take pictures of her and send us pictures. And
that's cute.
She is definitely goofy.
Have you always had dogs?
We
Or
have.
Just new. Okay.
Yeah, our last dog was a boxer, and he lived to be about 15.
Okay.
Which was really long for a boxer. He was just kind of.
Yeah.
He died about 1.5 years ago, and we just kind of decided, we'll wait until the opportunity arises, and who would have thought it was going to arise on vacation?
There you go. But she's meant for you.
Yep, she was. She is a goofy
odds?
dog.
Yeah, and what are the odds that you're going to find her in California?
Yep.
Behind a McDonald's.
Behind a McDonald's, just wandering around.
Oh, well, I love it. Well, I can't wait to see a picture of her.
Oh, she is. Yeah, she's adorable.
That's great. That's great. Let me ask you another question now, back to work. If somebody wants to become a technician, what would be their first steps? I really like, working on cars. What advice would you give them, Keaton, so that maybe somebody's going to watch us and say, I want to pursue that career?
My biggest piece of advice I would give somebody who is interested in it would be, honestly, just kind of start doing it a little bit yourself, maybe even trying to change a little bit of your own oil, just basic things like that.
Yeah.
But more than that, I'd say go find your local dealership, come on down here, see if you can join our express team.
Right.
Start in the basics where we just kind of start teaching you, hey, these are the very, very basics, and from there, I mean, a lot of the guys are more than willing to kind of take you under their wing and say, hey,
Right.
you want to come watch how I do this and I can explain to you.
Oh, I
And
love that.
it's definitely the best way to do it.
It is.
Is just to kind of start at the bottom and work
Yep.
your way up. I mean, when I started here 11 years ago now, I started in the express service and just from there, just worked my way up. And every little bit of it, I just took in and learned everything I could.
That's awesome. Now, what do you do as an express technician? Maybe not everybody knows what exactly you're going to do day to day.
In an express technician, pretty much we're just going to be doing basic things, oil changes, tire rotations, some very minor fluid services. We might change like a transmission fluid or
Okay.
a brake fluid, and pretty much a lot of tires. You're going to be
Okay.
doing a lot of tires.
Yeah, which is great.
Yeah, which is fantastic because it's all the things that you're going to be building on
Right.
as you advance
Right.
up. I mean, if you have a really solid foundation of the basics, it definitely makes doing the more advanced things a lot easier.
That's awesome. Now, you came from a peer to now a leader.
Yep.
How's that going?
It's going pretty good. I like to think that a lot of the guys down there have a lot of respect for what I'm trying to do for them, trying to look out for them, trying to make sure that, you know, we get all of our hours distributed. Everybody's got work, everybody's happy, everybody's staying busy. I like to make sure that there's a variety of work.
Right.
As a dealership, we do get a lot of recalls from,
Sure,
a lot of things
sure,
like that.
yeah.
And some of those things can get really monotonous and doing the same job every day over and over
Right,
and over can
right.
really grate on people. And a lot of the guys down there are just really happy that we're able to get the mix in.
Good.
And that it's someone that they kind of came up with that's kind of helping to look after the shop and just
Right.
kind of do the things that
Right.
everybody knows needs to be done, but nobody
Yep.
really has the time to do.
That's awesome. And I think it's really important for everyone to see that, especially, it's easier at Planet Honda because everyone knows us and we're new here, but to see that we do promote from within. And
Yeah.
that's always going to be our first choice. So
Oh, yeah.
if there's ever a leadership opening, everyone should apply for whatever that is. And who knows?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah. Yeah, you never know.
You never know. Well, I know you have a great team and you're doing a great job, so I really appreciate everything you're doing.
Thank you.
Keaton, thank you again. I really appreciate you taking time out of your busy day to come in and chat a little bit and share yourself and your life with the Leo Payne Honda family.
No
So
problem.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you.